Hello everyone. Seeing this year marks the 20th anniversary of Digimon, I thought I would look at what's arguably the most infamous production of the series, 2000's Digimon the movie. But this was a point of contention among many fans, myself included, and though I am showing some of my bias already, I thought I would do my best to try and be as objective as I can. I'm not one of those people that say it's better than Pokemon. Rather, I would suggest it's more accurate to say that I like both different reasons, like Star Wars, Star Trek, and DC and Marvel. The only real similarity between the two so they're monster anime centered around groups of young men and women doing battle with them. The key difference is their tone. Typically, a story of Digimon is slower paced, character focused, and draws from the science fiction aspect of the genre. The story of Pokemon is faster paced, spectacle focused, and is more willing to embrace fantasy. However, the rationale of this movie is quite clear, at least business wise. Despite all the bad press at the time, the first two Pokemon movies did make money for Kids WB, so Fox Kids thought they could do the same by combining three unrelated movies for the series, which is already a problem before you really get into it. This mindset was actually shared by writer Jeff Nimoy, who tried to warn the studio about this, but they told him he had no say in the matter. But for reference, I have seen the Japanese movies in this one, and while they're not masterpieces, the way this movie combines them is a mess. So let's get this over with. Right out of the gates, we have an unrelated Angela Anaconda skit that I'm skipping. It's not essential to this review at all. I don't even remember liking her that much when I was younger. Just like felt like filler when I was watching Beast Machines and Power Rangers. It's only really remember because people online had dunk on it, which suits me just fine. The credits are more to a rap mix of the Digimon theme, which actually kind of enjoyable how campy it is. It's at least better than the One Piece or Transformers Cybertron raps. The first part of this movie is Digimon Adventure, which is basically the pilot of the TV show in Japan. Since Kari's narration has been taken over by the exposition fairy, allow me to summarize briefly. This is actually the first chronological encounter of Digimon is actually my favorite part of this movie. This has been key to the series, and while the dub doesn't really do it justice, it's actually the one that didn't mess with that much. One night, in an apartment at Heightenview Terrace, a Digimon egg appears from the computer monitor of Taigami and his sister Kari. There's also something about a kid named Willis in Colorado trying really hard to tie all three of these movies together. It doesn't work too well. Also, remember Kari's whistle. It'll be ridiculously important in a little while. As for Tai's egg coming about him from the chicken coop, I think there's only one has some objections to that. The egg starts rolling around, and hatching a baby Digimon starts bouncing around their bedroom and blowing bubbles at Tai. Then, Kari starts whistling the Digimon theme. After Tai takes a message on the phone, the Digimon has become Quarrelmon and probably takes a crap on the floor. Well, that about sums it up so far. We still have an hour and 18 minutes left to cover. Quarrelmon starts going crazy at Fatboy Slim. If I wanted to watch a movie where the music's playing in the context that bizarre, I'd watch Moulin Rouge. Koromon starts hugging Tankari's faces. Don't get any ideas, Lindelof. That night, the machinery in their apartment starts going crazy, and Koromon evolves an Agumon, who isn't the same one they meet in the show. To be fair, the animation itself in this part isn't too bad, even the color of Kari's pee just keeps changing between shots. Tai then follows a trail of vector phone booths and soda machines, leading to where we were when it started 10 minutes ago. Agumon becomes Greymon, and we're back on the battle of Paramon. The whistle can help give Greymon strength, but since Kari is crying too hard to blow it properly, Tai has to do it for her. Greymon wins the battle and drives off Paramon, and that's basically what led to the events of the TV series. We then cut to 4 years later, leading to the next segment, our war game. Rather than a young Matthew Broderick, we got an intro with Koshiro Izumi, or Izzy for short. He's just browsing around when he discovers, and I quote, prodigious a computer virus on the internet. That's why so many people are investing in good VPNs these days. Elsewhere, Tai is in the tip with his lady friend Sora, while Kari is headed to her friend's birthday party to give her a pink Power Ranger. I have to wonder, now that Hasbro owns that franchise, who's the licensee for this series now? I digress. The time Willie sends email to Sora ending in love her from, get a montage of the hero set to the Bare Naked Ladies 1 week. For all the music on the OST, Weird Al spoofed her experience sadly absent. Anyway, Matt and TK visiting their grandmother on account of their parents' divorce before the series began, and Joe is at cram school. That's kind of disappointing, since he's my favorite character and doesn't really do much in this part besides that. As for a later scene where Tai makes a strange face at Mimi's postcard from Hawaii, it does make the lyric about the anime babes make me think the wrong things make sense. Anyway, Izzy shows up at Ty's apartment, telling him the egg is already hatched as Ty looks at the egg in his hand. Anyone could tell you that the eggs you buy at a store are unfertilized and can't hatch, but the Digimon eggs will surprise Ty. So, this segment was the most heavily advertised on both trailers and even the liner notes of the home release. This is only 1/3 of the movie, and the segment actually is alright so far, but we're about to go off the rails very fast. Izzy hyping up Willis doesn't help either. We get it. Willis is hot stuff. Can we move on now? The virus starts causing havoc with the appliances in the city, causing a box of chocolate at a convenience store to bring up for 1,125 yen, about 10,000 US dollars in change nowadays. If I ever pay that much, it better be the best I ever eat. Guzzling a glass of oolong tea, Izzy and Ty start trying to solve this mystery in the computer room. He then hooks up his laptop to the desktop Ty's dad has. I guess they can have a Doom LAN party to take care of this virus. The Digimon has assumed the rookie stage, calling itself Caramon. Only 1995, kids. Sorry, I couldn't resist. At that moment, Agumon comes through with Jinai and the other Digimon in what appears to be a beta version Maple story. Tantamon also appears, as do Biomon, Gabumon, Patamon, Palamon, Gomamon, and Gatomon. Available at fine retailers everywhere. Here I go again. Also know this part takes place after the first season and before the second, which apparently hadn't aired stateside at the time of release. This movie was also allegedly designed to be accessible to newcomers, yet even as a fan, I actually had to have multiple tabs of those movies dubbing open during my just know what's going on. Though, this bit with Matt and TK's grandmother does amuse me about her phone etiquette, if only because it reminds me of Die Hard and the part where John has to contact the authorities. As he drinks more oolong tea, as Ty unsuccessfully tries to contact his friends. Apparently, Ty and Sora are also in a fight over a birthday gift or hair clip, with Sora mistakenly thinking he insulted her hat. Just under an hour left, folks. As Agumon and Tantamon go to confront Caramon, I can imagine Momoa Hosoda looking back at this and saying, I bet I can make the same movie with more coherent story, better characterization, and make it more interesting. He was right. He called it Summer Wars. Again, to be fair, this first skirmish with Caramon is decent. Obviously not phenomenal animation, but it's clearly trying to expand the show's visuals a larger budget. Agumon and Tentamon then changed to Greymon and Kabuterimon respectively, their champion forms. Caramon responds by changing to Inframon. Inframon also had a breaching etiquette by skipping champion going to ultimate form. Also, I know these jokes were part of the TV show, but I've also heard a few quotes on Marvel movies. Then Izzy gets another email from Willis. Oh, for frack's sake. Inframon takes control of the phone line and starts stalling their interconnection so they can't fight back. I think people these days complain about data caps. That also means they can't call their friends for help, but Inframon can call them and threaten them with chaos. Oh, and people will die starting tonight. I'm a man of my word. Sorry, my mind treated a better movie, it does that sometimes. I also do kind of like Ty and Izzy's phases when the connection goes completely dead. They realize they're totally screwed. I can just imagine places like loser horns in the background. Izzy runs off to get something, Matt and Ty finally manage to get through to each other through the emergency voicemails. Izzy manages to find a new connection by hacking military satellites. There's no way that can backfire. Matt and TK then get online to a computer in a local barbershop as all my best friends are metalheads, but legendary plays in the background. I also know just how bad his early FaceTime or whatever is as Izzy downs the oolong tea. Remember this, it'll be disgustingly important in a moment. Gabumon and Patamon join the others in battle, changing into Metal Garurumon alongside War Greymon. Inframon then becomes Diaboromon to restrain Tentamon and Patamon. This movie has now gone off the rails on a crazy transport told by Ozzy Osbourne. Then, Izzy gets a bad case of runs while the tea's been drinking, causing it to hit the fan as it hits the bowl. The computer also goes to BSOD at the same time. Fracking Windows 98. As Izzy restarts the computer, things have really gotten heavy. Everyone's been decimated and Diamond is copying stuff as the US launches 2 nuclear missiles, which must be stopped before making landfall. If you think that's insane, what comes next will actually make you go mad, especially next trash plays, nowhere near by summer camp. I guess REM's The End of the World didn't know it was too obvious. Also, Diabormon's attack sounds like Enterprise's phasers. So, I'm not kidding, Ty somehow goes into a deep dive into the monitor while Izzy starts reporting the emails to Diaboromon. Matt does the same, and to this day I still have no idea what's going on here. The two fuse into Omnimon like a discount Megazord, is able to weaken Diaboromon with all emails, so Omnimon can make a killing stroke, shouting, You've got mail! Well, someone did anything else in this movie. The segment ends with the crisis over and Sora and Ty's his email helping them reconcile while the impression that I get by the Mighty Mighty Boss Town's place. As for the infamous distant finale, building me this, Toei. How are you going to reconcile this given the events of Tri movies and Neil Hunter's Leaving Through Time? Granted, a lot of us want to forget that anybody can't just ignore if you want to bring back the older cast for the new movie you're making. So, our last segment is Hurricane Touchdown, whose main problem is not lack of hurricanes or touchdowns. Rather, almost 40 minutes were cut from this segment to make the final act of this movie, and it shows. Seriously. Jeff Newell even said that so many changes were made by the end they could actually claim the movie's own original work rather than just a dub. To think people got halfway however they changed their first Pokemon movie. On top of TK and Kari, we also joined by 3 members of the second season's cast Davis, Cody, and Yoli. Thank goodness there's only just over a half hour left as we're finally introduced to Will Ellis. They try to claim Kokomon was responsible for everything that's happened so far, which doesn't really work at all. I mean, I'd sooner believe that Mysterio was tormenting Willis than this. One positive in this last part is an early teaser Terriermon, a monster who would play a large part in my favorite season in the series, Tamers. Note to self, watch some more of that again after this, it's much better. The fight in this New York alley isn't too bad, but the track going digital by Jason Ravel sounds a major problem with this dubbing. By trying to combine all 3 vastly different movies style and tone, I never have any idea what actor was supposed to adopt as a viewer. It doesn't help that all the things I decided to keep in the last 30 minutes, a lot of it's rather teased right back to Colorado. In hindsight, I do kind of like how clunky Davis D-Toner looks. Even then, it looked like a plastic toy. Maybe the Curious Pager had to kill to some work on it. Somehow, Davis, Cody, and Yuli are 60 miles out from Willis' place in Colorado, right near product placement for the Mazda MPV. Conveniently, Davis hitches a ride in the same truck Willis did. Whatever helps end this movie quickly is fine at this point. Just then, Davis and Willis are ambushed again by Kokomon, causing Devi Vmon to change to Vmon. They try to attack, but are hurled in another prop placement on Northwest Airlines. Yet, this isn't the worst movie I've seen their ads in. And Vmon changes into his armor form, Flamedramon. Only $24.95 rare toys are sold. Davis then asks very awkwardly, "Why are you attacking us?" That's not just my impression either, he actually sounds like that. Terriermon changes into Gargomon, who has a bandolier, chain gun hands, and a pair of pants. I guess his champion form is too much to be modestly nude. Reaching Willis home with help from Vadermon, I do kind of admit I like the use of Hey Digimon in the BGM. This movie isn't very good, but thankfully the show is. Willis finally comes clean about what's going on, so I guess we got 20 minutes left. Willis was apparently responsible for what Kokomon is doing, having willed it when he was only a kid. Also, notice that Faye was on Willis' pants hanging out. It's only an example how weird editing hits in this last part. After trying and failing to tie them together in this dog like exposition dump about what's happened so far, Davis apparently broken up with the Digimon egg and Kokomon being corrupted. Honestly, the Matrix sequels make more sense than this. Then we get the strangest edit of the whole movie that's saying something. Willis asks Davis to stop crying, get over it, and quite the next moment Davis says, "Okay," like that. Now there's some whiplash. Whiplash. There I go again. So, with 17 minutes left, Davis and the others agree to help Willis stop Kokomon. The final battle is here, and I honestly gave up any hope at all consistently a while ago. I admit I at least know who his characters are, but I really don't care. The animation is alright, but the editing is what really neuters the tone here. I was kind of amused by Cody seeing that Digimon could be a little more animated. I do love when the movie provides its own riff tracks sometimes. Also, the voice acting is inconsistent in this last bit too, which is a shame because it gets usually better than this. TK and Kari then arrive with Angemon and Angelwomon, and at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the script doctor was just a copy of Mad Libs. Then, all of a sudden, everyone starts aging backwards, and the human characters become toddlers. Digi babies, we make our dreams come true. Angemon and Angelwomon then become Shakomon and Seraphimon respectively, and then they get eaten. Well, that was a rip-off. Somehow, Rapidmon and Madamon are able to pull Men in Black and defeat Kokomon from the inside, finally ending the virus and this movie. We close on Davis telling Willis that Digimon never really die. I know, that's what reboots are for. The last thing we see is Kokomon Reborn dancing All Star by Smash Mouth. It's after Mystery Man, but before Shrek, both much better movies, so there you go. The credits rolled to the lens cover of Kids America, and that felt surprisingly long for 85 minutes. So, this movie only made $9 million in the US and $16 million worldwide. Not bad for a $5 million basic budget, but given how much marketing there was, it was a bit of a flop, so it's no surprise it took them 15 years to attempt another re-release in the US. It was also naturally panned by critics and has often divided fans. Saved well by the Pokemon movies out of the time, at least they were tonally consistent and tried to combine multiple movies in one for all their faults. I didn't even see this movie until my freshman year of college, so I had no fandom of it to ruin. When the show and the franchise as a whole are definitely much better than this, so much like brief attempt to look at Fusion aka Cross Wars, I don't have any reason and to open this up again. If you want to skip this, I honestly don't blame you. Above a novelty making fun of it, you're not missing anything. It's not the worst movie I've ever looked at or planned to provide in retirement, but you can skip it. My final rating is 1.5 stars of 4. Whatever is planned for the 20th anniversary, I just hope it's better than this. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going back to Studio Ghibli films. Later.